My name is Nick, and welcome to my channel where I like to talk about scary stuff. Scary stuff! Scary. Party Hard Die Young is an Austrian slasher film about a group of young people partying at a small Croatian island. Julia and her friends begin receiving mysterious messages letting them know someone from their past is out for revenge. In case you're new here, I am a die-hard slasher fan, and I will take every opportunity to tell you that. And I regularly like to look at my favorite streaming service, Shudder, to find solid recommendations for you guys. And right now, I want to talk about some fun summer horror, and Party Hard Die Young is a Shudder staple that I think so many people are still sleeping on. Yes, it's in German, but they do have a dubbed version on the service, so you have no excuse to not watch it. But just watch the version with subtitles, it's better. With Fear Street, Candyman, and Halloween Kills all releasing this year, I am hoping this is the start of the great slasher resurgence that I have been waiting for. And if you are feeling it as well, and you just can't help but soak up the fun slasher energy, well then I recommend you check out what I will be referring to, I'm assuming regularly, as the start of the new slashers. It's basically I Know What You Did Last Summer on Ecstasy. It's brightly colored and energetic with the music festival atmosphere, and instead of showing us the initial crime our characters have committed, we jump right to the party and let the killer fill in the backstory with their cryptic social media clues. This movie checks off all the boxes in my opinion. I will always tell you there are three things that I need in order to make any slasher movie work.
There are certain rules.
1, you should have a location that provides atmosphere and acts as a playground of sorts for our killer to terrorize our victims within. 2nd, you need a decent group of characters to kill time with as they get killed. I know slashers are specifically known for poor character development, but at the very least, I require a final girl I can root for. And 3rd, you need a decent killer with somewhat of a backstory, if not a proper motive. They should have an interesting look, like a costume that's specific to them without being too silly, and bonus points if they have a unique weapon or at least pull off a variety of creative kills. This movie has all of that plus a dash of secret sauce. The island setting perfectly traps our characters within the killer's game, but the music festival also keeps things aesthetically pleasing for the viewer. Our characters try to go to the authorities, they try to get off the island, and still find themselves ensnared in the killer's plot. While the characters aren't exactly three-dimensional, they're about as defined as I need them to be for this type of film. We do have the standard stereotypes like Denise, who is just the bitch. There's a guy who is literally named Cheesy because of his jokes, and then there's Lexi, who is clearly designed to just be the Sarah Michelle Gellar of this movie, and damn it if it didn't work on me. What I really like about this imperfect group of characters is that they're all colored in shades of gray. They're all complicated. Even our final girl Julia starts out the movie lying to her best friend until something rocks her and makes her question her choices. I really appreciated that development. The killer is pretty basic, almost weak even. I think the mask design is cool, but they mostly use a knife outside of some creative kills. But what's specifically interesting about this killer is their motive behind the killing spree. This is where the movie adds an extra layer for me personally, because the killer is out for these characters because of the actions they committed in their past. And without spoiling it, but also spoiling it, this movie comments on party culture, and more specifically culture. This is where the film will either keep you or lose you. Honestly, the first time I watched it, I really felt like all of the energy was just sucked out of the movie in this final act, but on rewatch, I found it to be really quite poignant. Party Hard Die Young is a neon-colored nightmare about your past coming back to haunt you. With decent characters, an engaging narrative, and a message at its core, this is easily one of the best slashers of the 2010s. For the concept, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, and no, it is not original, but I think it injects enough fresh material into a familiar formula that it keeps things interesting. For the execution, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 because there is obviously a reliance on tropes here, and there was some mid-2000s editing that I know was there to amp up the party scenes, but really didn't do it for me, although I did enjoy the overall energetic camera work and the vibe of the film, plus the attention to character does make this a rewatchable favorite for me. And for the entertainment value, I'm also going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 because while I do enjoy that ending for thematic purposes, it does not end with the bang I was hoping for. I do think some of the scares and kills could have been a little better, but overall, it's a pretty damn fun time. As for my personal grade, I'm gonna give Party Hard Die Young a 3.5 out of 5. What did you guys think? Am I the only one who actually likes it? Because I see it has a 5.1 on IMDb, and I'm a little surprised by that. Like, I definitely think this movie is above average, but I'd love to know what you guys thought. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you made it all the way to the end. I greatly appreciate it. For any regular viewers, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to disappear for 2 weeks. You probably didn't miss me, but I'm like, damn, it's been a minute. I have not done a lot. And we are living through like the best summer of chills in like recent memory. Have you been noticing all the good horror content? I have been obsessed with Fear Street. That's where I've been. I've been on Fear Street. I've just been living in the Fear Street world for a few weeks because, oh, okay. I definitely have to do a video ranking the 3 installments. So good. Can't wait to do that. I also watched that movie on Netflix, A Classic Horror Story. I talked about it on Instagram, but I might do a little review for it here if you want. I also... Escape Room 2. I saw Escape Room 2. That review is coming. I gotta talk about that one. American Horror Stories premiered. There's a lot going on. So let me know what you want to hear me talk about next. Thanks again, you guys. I greatly appreciate your support so much. You have no idea. You can feel free to follow me on Instagram and Letterboxd for more movie recommendations. And that's it for this video, but I won't stop you from watching another.